This conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So let me give you a brief review what we have discussed in the previous session. Okay. So
Okay.
these are all. Sorry.
How can we record, ma'am?
I'm recording now. It is recording now.
Recording.
It is recording now.
Okay.
Yeah. So Azure and Azure DevOps. Okay. So Azure is a cloud service as we have discussed in the previous session. So in Azure cloud, Azure is a cloud platform. So in this, we have two concepts was there. That is two kinds of services it will provide. That is cloud service and on-premises service. So on-premises services is in the sense it is within the organization. Let's say example, there is an application which has been hosted, the application in a machine. So that machine will be in the organization. Within the organization, the machine has been placed. So if you want to access that,
అప్రూవ్
sorry.
చేయండి మనకంటే అది అప్రూవ్ చేయండి మీది వెయిటింగ్ అని వస్తుందంట రిక్వెస్ట్ యాక్సెప్ట్ చేయండి
Okay, 1 minute. నాకు ఇక్కడ ఏం రావట్లేదే. 7 మెంబర్స్ ఉన్నారు. అప్రోచ్ చేయడానికి ఇక్కడ రావట్లేదు. ఇక్కడ రావట్లేదండి అప్రోచ్ చేయడానికి. ఇక్కడ రావట్లేదు అప్రోచ్ చేయడానికి. హలో, stop here.
This
Okay.
conference will now be recorded.
Okay. So let's start again. So as I said, Azure is a cloud platform and we have seen cloud service and on-premises service, what it is. Now let's see for DevOps. So here, if you see development and operations. So here development in the sense, this is DevOps development. What is DevOps development is, it's like it's like automating that whatever the development team is doing manually, we will do the automation. So that is DevOps responsibility. That is one of the responsibility I can say. And operations team in the sense, operations, like say for example, once the development has been done, we have to support the application, right? So those kind of activities will come under operations. DevOps is the combination of like automating the activities what the development is doing manually, and we are also responsible make sure that whatever the development team has been developed, that particular code need to be deployed into the environments. Okay, we'll see what are all the environments in coming session. Okay, so we have two kinds of roles was there in DevOps. That is Azure DevOps Engineer, where automation of the development team, what are the activities of the development team, what it is doing. So we will automate those activities by using scripting languages, that is PowerShell, Bash, and Shell. These are all the scripting languages, okay, where we can do automate the activities what the development team will do manually. And Azure support engineer, this is another role where the support engineer will support for the incidents. Okay, once the application has been developed, so we need to support for that particular application, right? So in that case, Azure support engineer will support for the incidents. Then after we have seen different services, what Azure has been supported, like IaaS services, PaaS services, SaaS services. IaaS service is infrastructure as a service. Here, infrastructure in the sense we can call it as a virtual machines, virtual network, network security groups. All these things will come under infrastructure. Then PaaS service. PaaS service is a platform as a service. We have Java, it is a platform. .NET, it is a platform. Python, it is a platform. So this platform also Azure will provide as a service. So what we need to do, we need to use that kind of that services into our application. It's like a plug-in and play kind of thing, right? Then again, SaaS as a SaaS. It is software as a service. So without having installing any particular software, we can use that services. Example for it is Google Drive, OneDrive. All these are examples for the software as a service. You have to remember all these points. IaaS, PaaS, that is very important. Okay. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Then what are the advantages of Azure? Okay, so Azure will provide high availability, high maintainability, high security, user friendly. All these advantages will be provided by the Azure. So if you see high availability in the sense, let's say our application has been deployed into multiple regions. Let's say US, it is deployed US, Central US, North Europe, and South India, South Africa. These are different regions we have in Azure. So regions in the sense like a data centers, what I can say. The data center is nothing but a collection of virtual networks and all. So all the applications, whatever we have deployed, we can able to deploy in different regions based on our customers. Let's say for our application, there are more customer in US. We can deploy it into US region. And our application is having more customers in South India. We can able to deploy our application in South India region. So if the application has been deployed into multiple regions, so one region has been down, so the application can still able to access from another region. That is the concept of high availability. High maintainability. The second one is high maintainability. So the application is still accessible from another region, right? That is maintainability, high maintainability, we can say, and high security. So Azure will provide more security for our applications. And the final one is user friendly. Azure is very user friendly. Let's say, for example, if you take a virtual machine, so in Azure we can say you can call it as a virtual machine, right? And in AWS it is EC2 instance. So by seeing that naming conventions itself, we can say it is very user friendly, right? So that is the advantage of Azure. Azure. So let's come to the concept. Okay. So let's come to the concept. That is data centers. Okay, so the data center is nothing but a collection of network, switches, ports, and all these things will be come under a data center. So there is a concept what has been introduced in 1990s, there is, if you want to build a data center, it is very costly. Okay, so at that time, what the people will do, if you want to build a data center, they will purchase an acre of land or acres of land and build a building. In that building, they will keep your virtual machines and all. Let's say the data center is having 1 lakh virtual machine instances. Okay, and if you want to deploy an application, you have to deploy the application into all the virtual machines. All the virtual machines, in the sense that 1 lakh virtual machines, you have to deploy your application. If you take an IRCTC application, we doesn't know for which virtual machine the request will go. When user request for the IRCTC application, it doesn't know for which virtual machine the application request will go. So that is the reason why we have to install the application into 1 lakh virtual machine. Then the time it is taking for the deployment around 6 months. And the cost for the maintaining that particular data center, it is around 20 billion. And this is the cost even only for the month only. So at that time, this is very costly. And in 2000, there is a concept has been introduced, VMware. So the VMware concept, what we can do, we can deploy one virtual machine into another virtual machine. Okay, so with this concept, we can have, instead of 1 lakh virtual machine instances, it is decreased into 50,000 virtual machines here. But still, there is high cost is involved to maintain that particular data center. Then again, in virtual machine scale set concept has been came into picture. So what is this virtual machine scale set concept is, whenever you require a virtual machine instance, it will automatically create a virtual machine instance for you. Let's say for IRCTC application, the peak hours for that particular IRCTC application is Tatkal time, right? So even in Tatkal time also, around 15 to 20 minutes is the peak hours which I can say. So what will happen in the peak hours? There are many more users will come for your portal. So all the people will log into your portal, right? At the time, what will happen? The load will more in our application. Let's say if the CPU will reach a 75%, then what this concept will do, virtual machine, automatically it will create one more instance for you. So this second virtual machine instance also, it will reaches to 75%. Then again, it will increase the virtual machine instance. Till how many instances it will do based on your configuration. If you configure, I need 25 instances for my application, it will increase up to 25 instances. So then once the peak hours has been completed and our users has been started log out from your application, then what will happen? The CPU utilization for that particular application will be decreased. So if it reaches to 20% of the CPU utilization, it will automatically remove your infrastructure. That is nothing but a virtual machine. So automatically it will increase your virtual machines and automatically decrease your virtual machines. It is a concept of dynamic infrastructure creation. So that is the concept of virtual machine scale set. So these are all the concepts which has been discussed so far. Let me know if anybody having any questions in these concepts. Any questions? Okay. So yeah, in our course, we have been categorized into two parts, that is Azure infrastructure and Azure DevOps. In Azure infrastructure, we have around 200 plus services was there. And from those, we will be seeing only 40 resources. It is enough for to work actually. So everyone may not be expected for all the services to be work on, right? So we'll be seeing the resources, whatever it is required for us. And also we will be seeing other tools like Jenkins, Kubernetes, Dockers, GitHub, PowerShell scripting language, ARM templates, Terraform. All these concepts we are going to see in our sessions. Anybody having any questions so far? Okay. So okay. So today we are going to see the concepts, that is Azure portal registration and subscription creation and resource group creation. So these are all concepts we are going to see in today's class. Okay. So portal.azure.com. This is the portal where you have to register. So everyone, please go here and try to register yourself with your email address. So in real time also we have the same URL for this Azure portal. So use another account. So here I am using gkv@gmail.com. So here you have to provide your Gmail account. Okay, and click on next and password. Then sign in. So here, so Subaru, you have already registered your account here. Hello.
No.
Okay. Go for another account. So let's go for create one. Create new account because there is a browsing history was there. Okay, that is the reason. Click on next. It's already Microsoft account it is showing. Okay. Anybody having any other account? Let me get. Create one. Create new account. I am giving my ID. Create a password. Minute. You check the code. So can you guys go on mute, please, everyone? So when you click on this, you will get an email code for your email ID. Please solve the files. So okay, let's see. Pick the magic chords. What is magic chords here? I don't know about this. Anyone can able to tell us what it is? Matching chords. Matching chords.
Four. Four.
One. Okay. So what is matching chords here?
6 6.
6 6. Okay, maybe this one.
8 8. 8 8.
8 8. Okay. Here 3
3
3.
3.
Correct, no? Okay, thank God it's created. Okay, so now the account has been registered now. Okay, so now we have to create the subscription here. Let's go here in search bar, search with subscriptions. So here, go here and click on add. Select your account, then probably it will redirect to subscriptions. So if you see subscription here, we have two kinds of subscriptions for sale. That is free trial and pay as you go. Okay. So far we have to go for free trial only. So pay as you go in the sense you have to pay the amount to use whatever the services you are using. So what it will happen is Azure will provide 30 days free trial account for you. Okay. So in that duration, they will give some amount for you. Like say for example, $40,000, something like that. what you have to do is you have to use whatever the services you are using, it will decrease from that particular amount. You should not pay anything, any single rupee for your free trial account till 30 days. So whatever the amount it is providing, let's say for example, $14,000 or 13,000 plus dollars. So what it will automatically it will automatically take that particular amount, whatever the services you will be using. Okay. So let's go for free trial account. Select offer. Select the account. So here you have to provide the details like first name. Before starting this, Madev garu credit card unda andi? Madev, are you there? Hello Madev, are you able to hear me? Madev, are you there? Hello Madev, maybe you are speaking on mute. 1 minute. Yeah. So here you have to provide your information. So before that, you can see here, right? Create your Azure free account, popular services free for 12 months and 25 plus services always free. You can get 13,300 credits to use in your first 30 days. You can see it, right? So once your free trial 30 days has been completed, it will automatically, you can able to do upgrade to pay as you go model account, what you have seen previously. So what it will do, it will automatically disable your account after 30 days. If you want to upgrade your account, you can go and upgrade to pay as you go. So, and one more thing which I have to highlight here. So for this subscription to create, we need credit card. So for one credit card, only one time only you can able to get the free account. Okay. And you cannot able to use the same card for multiple accounts as well. Okay. Phone number. So you have to provide your phone number here. text me. Organization, I'm providing GDL. Any organization name you can provide. Primary, it is optional. I agree. And here is your, let's click on next. Then here you have to provide the verification code which will receive in the email, sorry, which will receive in your phone. 26. Verify the code. Yes, it is verified. Then click on next. Let's see, provide your last name as well. So once this step is done, it will ask for the so here it is asking for credit card information. Please provide your credit card. Madhav, can you please provide the data? Okay. Sorry, so Madhav, what is the name here? Okay, I'll give Madhav. Madhav, are you there? What is the cardholder name here?
Lakshmi, he will create that account and then he will let you know that credentials.
Oh, is it? Okay. So in this way, you can able to provide the information, credit card information, and then you can create the subscription for you. Okay, the resource group creation we'll see tomorrow. Then I would like to give another concept. Okay. So now will we see the concept in real time, how the project will work. Okay. So let's starting what are the different phases which has been involved in the project, who was what teams will be there, all these things we will see now. Okay, so the starting phase for the project, let's say Vola is an application. This is an example what we will see. Okay, so the first phase is planning phase. So in planning phase, what it will happen is, so we will plan the project. So in this phase, the project manager and business analyst and the client all will sit together and will plan for the project. The client will say, this is my requirement. If you take Ola application, right? So in Ola applications, what are all the features was available there? So we need to book a cab, right? We need to cancel a cab, and the people who was there cab services, they have to register their self. All these are all features. So all these functionalities, what it is required in that application, it will be planned here. So here, project manager and BA, we'll call it as a BA, that is business analyst. So what business analyst will do, business analyst will take the inputs from the client and he will document that particular features. So that is the role for BA. This is the first stage of the project. So once the BA has been taken from the inputs from the client, there is another role called solution architect. So what solution architect will do? Solution architect will provide the architecture of your project. So what kind of technologies you have to be used in that particular project. Let's say it is a Java application, right? Solution architect will say these are all the technologies you have to use in this project, and this many resources is required and the database is required. So all this information, the complete project architecture, so that will be provided by the solution architect. So once the solution architect provide the details of the particular application of the resources, Java platform, and all these details, then project manager will go and take the development team, UI team, development team, all the developers which is required in that particular project. They will go and pick up that particular developers and all. So once the solution architecture has been provided the information, now coming to development part. Development team. So in development team, we have the UI designer. Let's say it is a Ola application. It was developing into .NET. So we have .NET team and we have UI designer. All the team will be there in the development team. So why we need UI designer in the development part? Okay. So if you go and let's say I am opening ola.com. So here you can see the design, right? The front end part, this images, this is welcome thing, and this is an article. This will be called as UI, user interface. So UI designer will design this page. Hello, are you guys able to hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So where you have been lost, this is front end. Let's say this is vola.com. So if you see this design, right? So this design will be developed by the UI designer. Okay. So once UI designer will develop this page, the HTML code what he was developed, so this will send to development team, that is .NET development team. So that is development part. So then once the development has been completed, there is a testing team was there. What testing team will do? Testing team will test your application, right? In all the aspects. If you go for the ola.com, let's say registration form is there. Okay, let's say contact us. Okay, this is contact us form, right? So in this contact us form, there is email, it is required. The form can able to submit without email also, right? But it should not accept to go for the next stage. So those kind of validations, all these things will be done from the development team. So this is development teamwork. So testers, what will do? The testers will test this particular form by providing without having any email address, they will click on the submit. It should not submit. That is a test case. So all these aspects will be testing by the testing team. So this is testing team. Then again, our DevOps role now. DevOps team is there. So what DevOps team will do, once the development is completed and testing is completed, now the DevOps role. In real-time environment, we have different kinds of environments will be there. It is dev environment, then SIT environment, then UAT, then stage and production. So we have these environments in real time. So this is a development environment. Okay. So in this environment, once the development has been completed from the development team, the code will be moved into development dev environment. Who will move the code into dev environment? DevOps team will move to dev environment. So in this dev environment, development team will validate their functionality. Development team will validate their functionality in dev environment. So once the dev environment has been valid, the code will move to SIT environment. Who will do? Again, DevOps engineer will move from here, from the code from development environment to here. DevOps engineer will do that. So in SIT environment, testers will test this environment. SIT is for the testers environment. So testers will validate this environment. Once the testing environment is validated, it will move the code to UAT environment. UAT environment, again, who will move the code from SIT environment to UAT? Again, it is DevOps engineer. So now UAT has been the code was moved to UAT. So in UAT, again the testing will be done by business analyst, BA. Who is BA here? You can see here, right? In the planning, BA will take the requirements from the client and it will document those requirements in a document. So here BA will validate this UAT environment. Once the BA has been validated, and then the code will move to stage environment. So who will move the UAT environment to stage environment? Again, Devops. So stage environment is like a pre-production. Pre-production in the sense it was a copy of the production environment. What is production environment? It is, let's say it is ola.com you are accessing, right? That is production environment. So stage is pre-production environment. If any functionality is working in stage environments, we can confidently say that that will work the same functionality in production as well. So once the stage has been validated, the code will move to production. So then again, who will move the code from stage environment to production environment? That is again DevOps. Okay, so I hope you understand what is DevOps role here. So DevOps is a person who can move the code from one environment to another environment. Okay, so this is DevOps team. Then another role also there. What is it? Is product owner. So the product owner responsibility is make sure that all this process has been it is processing in time. Make sure that the process is it is going properly. Let's take this process like dev environment, it is working fine and it's moving to SIT. Once SIT is validated, it's moving to AT. So he is the person will take care all this process to go smoothly. Okay, so these are all the different teams which are there in real time to develop a project. So once the development has been completed, we have to maintain this application, right? If you take any electrical item, let's say for example, you have taken a washing machine. If you have some issue, what you will do? You will call to a customer care, right? So that is nothing but a customer support. So if you have any issue, if there is some issue while accessing ola.com, we have to call a customer care. Then we will see
Hello, ma'am. Voice is not clear.
Ma'am, your voice is not heard. Lakshmi, your voice is not audible.
Laman can't hear your voice.